Good morning. It is Saturday morning here in Australia and I'm looking like a hot mess, but what can you do? So this video is just to explain a little bit about why I have so much stuff and why I struggle with the suggestion to just get rid of it. So hopefully this explains a little bit why there is so much clutter around my home and what I'm doing about it. So I hope you'll stick around and I look forward to having a chat.
Hi, I'm Mel. I'm on a mission to get my home, heart, body, and soul sorted. This is where I share my journey. I hope you enjoy.
Good morning. So, as I said earlier, I'm just going to talk a little bit today about why my house is the way that it is. If you're a new subscriber, then please comment down below and let me know how you found me or why you subscribed, just so I know. I love to know where you're from and how you relate to me. That would be great. That really makes my day. If you have just stumbled across this channel, please consider subscribing. And again, comment down below. That really just is the best space for me to connect with you. So yeah, as I said, I am going to talk a little bit about why my house is the way that it is. I've had some really amazing suggestions. Oh, sorry, the cat's just come in. And to explain why I look so rubbish this morning, Jonah's been awake since 3 a.m. He's just been crying pretty much constantly. Rose has been complaining of a sore throat and I'm not feeling all that crash hot either. So what can you do? Oh, here comes Nemo. Cats and kids, you gotta love them. Poor old puss, he's been a bit neglected lately. He's probably about 15 years old and thinks that everyone should still love him best. But with everyone's illnesses of late, he's kind of been on the back burner, haven't you, puss? So he's now rubbing the tripod, so sorry if you crash. I really just wanted to have a little chat about why it is that I have so much stuff. And it's more like to get into my head what it is that I'm doing as much as to explain to you. But yeah, just to explain a little bit. When I was little, there was just mum and myself and a dog, usually a poodle. And we pretty much every 2 years, my mum would find another job and we would move hundreds of kilometers away from wherever we were currently living. It was always for the best, and as a result, I have the most amazing friends all over the place. Very, very, very blessed in friendships, and you know, I've lived all over the state of Queensland, so I'm extremely lucky in that regard. But it did mean that most of our possessions, or all of our possessions, pretty much had to fit into the back of a station wagon for when we moved. I don't recall, and I could be wrong, but I don't recall we ever like moved big furniture or anything. We usually moved into like furnished places or got furniture wherever we lived. So we never used a truck, basically. We just had what fit in the station wagon. So it was, pretty much essentials, which is great and probably the way I really should live. But I feel like that maybe that is why I tend to hoard stuff. I think when, you don't have home or you're not staying anywhere permanently, you tend to just want to keep all the things around you. I don't know, there's probably a psychology behind it, but I think that is a lot of the reason why I have a lot of trouble throwing things out. So, for example, like I will look at a stuffed toy and to you it will look like just a raggedy old stuffed toy, but to me, I remember the guy that I worked with when I was pregnant with Maeve, his family bought that for her, and yeah, the ears fallen off and I've seen them in the shop and I could probably get a new one, but there's that sentimental attachment. And then there's other things like one of my friends who was moving house and moving states and that sort of stuff, gave this to me, thought of this for the kids and gave it to me so I don't feel right giving it away. It's all those sorts of things that I really struggle with, and it's not always a conscious thing. Like, it's something that, like I'm saying to you right now, but it's only in hindsight that I go, oh, that's why I can't give that away. So I guess that's why I have so much stuff, and why it's a real mission for me to overcome that internal dialogue, that psychological kind of reason why I keep everything. It's really hard for me to throw things out, or not throw them out, but to even give them to someone, which is really weird because I am also the kind of person who would give the shirt off my own back to protect or care for someone else. And yet I don't know, it's a real battle for me. And I think it's partly like, oh, maybe they'll be offended that I'm giving them stuff that I don't want, which is also ridiculous. Or I just don't know. It is really, really silly. I did the KonMari and I got up to books, I believe. So I did the clothes and then books. I think that's like the second step. And I did really well. I did go through and I gave a whole heap of books to a local like lending library. Oh, it's not a library. It's like a, you can, just take the books and you can donate books there, and people it's like a community library. And I felt so good doing that. And I gave crates and crates and crates of books to there. And I blessed, someone else, and that felt really good. And then there was a few good books that I just didn't feel I could give away yet. And they still sit in my cupboard. So I think there's just a lot of psychological twisted people. I can't help it. It is the way it is. I don't know. I really, really appreciate the suggestions and the comments to, just get rid of the stuff you're not using anymore. And I'm like, duh, why don't I do that? Like, of course. And then it comes right down to the crunch of it, and I just can't. But I am trying, and I think, just partly saying this will help me to overcome that, just to, recognize it in myself will help. Some of the things that helped with when I did the KonMari, like things that I would tell myself was, was this less than $10? Can I replace this for less than $10? Yes, I can. Can I travel less than 10 kilometers to get a replacement? Yes, I can. Okay, well, it can go if I'm really going to miss it. Yeah, so I guess that made it really easy to get rid of clothes, because I have no attachment whatsoever to clothes, because basically I don't want to be the size that I am. So I'm not going to keep clothes that, I just don't want it. So I don't know, there's that issue. And, some of it is like toys that, well, definitely toys that I've had since I was little. I do have stashed away in the cupboard, not gonna lie. But also toys that the kids love but probably don't play with anymore, and most certainly don't have the attachment that I do. So I do need to get rid of them. But then I go, oh, this is a really good quality toy and it's nice and I like it. But, how many toys can they really play with? And I don't know. So that's where I'm at. That's why it's not just like, just declutter, just minimalize. It's not easy for me, and it's, on the surface I'm like, oh, why don't I just do that? But then when it comes down to the crunch of it, I really cannot. And I will. Don't be like, oh great, we're going to be seeing Mel clean up the same toys, in 3 years' time, so much for a journey. I'm working on it, and I'm conscious of it, and I will, that's going to be part of what I document, I guess. So anyway, I just wanted to say that and explain, and hope that I haven't bored you to death. But yeah, let me know down in the comments down below if you can relate to in any way to what I'm saying about hoarding and why you keep things, and you know, sentimental value and ridiculous reasons that you've kept stuff. Like I kept stuff until recently. You'll be proud of me. I kept the decorations from my nana's Christmas tree. They were cheap $2 foam balls, but I kept them because when my nana passed away, they were handed to me just like because I didn't have any decorations, I guess. I don't know. And so I kept them. Honestly, my nana would have gone, "What are you keeping that rubbish for?" So I did throw them out last Christmas. I was pretty proud of that because, you know, obviously you only use them for a month of the year. Why keep them in storage? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I guess with presents and things like that, when I'm given things that I'm no longer using, I feel bad and ungrateful that I would then just give it away, and I certainly wouldn't sell it. Like, oh my gosh, I still harbor this guilt. I bought an elliptical machine once, you know, those exercise machines, and I used it for a while, but then after a while, as is with you know, exercise machines, you do tend to like use them as a clothes horse. Anyway, so I sold it, and I'd bought it at a really cheap price, and I put it on for like double the price on one of those, you know, buy sell swap pages or whatever, and someone bought it for double the price I paid for it, and I still feel guilty. Like I feel like I took advantage of someone else's generosity, and oh, I still wonder, like, that poor person who bought that. I felt sick. I didn't even want to spend the money after that. So I did, to be fair. But, you know, it was just that, like, I don't know. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I just thought I would explain and hope that you understand that you know, please don't stop commenting or suggesting things that I need to do, because that means the world to me. I really do appreciate that you feel invested enough and connected enough to, you know, give suggestions and ideas and things like that. I genuinely really do appreciate that. Absolutely taking it on board and know what I need to do. I just wanted to explain, you know, that's why I don't just do that. It's just not that easy for me. So anyway, I better go. I will try and upload this today and hopefully not chicken out, because I feel very vulnerable. Again, just rambling. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know where you're from. I'm really loving people are starting to say where they're from and what, you know, part of the world they're in. I'm really loving that, just sort of knowing where people are. And you know, if you want to hear more reasons about why I can't do things, I could talk to you till the cows come home. Or if you would just like to see something specific, then absolutely please leave a comment down below. Okay, thumbs up if you can relate in any way to what I'm saying, and I will chat to you next time. Cheers. Okay, so I just want to share with you my little dilemma here. So these little things are like charades cards. So we had a couple of packs of these and they just got spread everywhere. But you can pick them up for about $10 if you want to replace them. So they're easy to throw in the bin. These, however, are dominoes, so that's fine. But they were collectible items from Woolworths. So I know we don't have the full set anymore. We might have at some point, but we don't anymore. I also know that Mark and Lightning McQueen are Austin's favourite. So then I like start to think, oh, should I keep it for them, or should I just throw it in the bin, or that, you know, they'll never miss it, or do I just keep his favourites because, you know, he loves Fillmore and all of those, or do I just be done with it and throw them all out? So that is where I'm at. Obviously I'll throw this one out because it's got nothing. Alright, that's going. Yay me. I threw one piece of domino away. Okay, wish me luck.